Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the Uncommon Truth today. I'm pretty excited about today. I've got Bob co-hosting with me as usual, and I've got a really special friend of mine, Nathan Freitas. He's coming to us from Nashville. As today we're going to be talking the power of proximity and the importance of the relationships that we have in our life. So what is the form of life? What's my ideal form of life that I want? Those form is an acronym. It's family and friends, relationships, it's occupation, it's my work and wealth, it's my recreation, that health and wellness, and lastly, the motivation, the spiritual and the passions of life that I want. So I'm looking, Nathan, like you, to find men that, not just men, people that I can surround myself with, that their strength is better than mine in those areas. I don't focus on making my weaknesses stronger. I'm going to focus on making my strengths stronger by setting a higher standard and seeking to be around people that are actually better than me. I can't become anything. I just have to be it. And the only way I can be it or absorb that is by getting around men like you. Do we have different standards in our personal relationships or our professional relationships? Are we willing, when money's involved, to compromise? Are we willing to keep our character, which is really what we're talking about, true? Because character, to me, is defined by what I do all the time, not by what I do some of the time. Truth and integrity doesn't really give a shit about what I think, about what you think, or even what they think. It only gives a shit about the truth. It is what it is. It's being that. So that gets us back to it. Are we men that can say that we're men of character, that our standards don't waver in personal or professional relationships? What do you guys think?
Well, it might be that in the different stages of life, you're able to handle or you see standards at different levels, and you're able to actually make your interactions with people materialize at different levels. I'll give you an example. Interestingly enough, Nathan, you're just going into your 40s. Heath, interestingly enough, you're just going into your 50s. And strangely enough, I'm just going into my 60s.
Wow.
So you can see the power of proximity just by the three of us getting together. Nathan, you've got a guy that's been through his 40s. I've been through my 50s as well, right? So in terms of standards and working with people with character, in my 60s, I really see not only making sure that my friends and my family members are aligned with the same values and the same virtues, but I want my clients to be aligned with the same values and the same virtues too. So when I go into, and I could never say that in my 20s or my 30s or even my 40s, Nathan, and I hope that you will. Like, we should choose our clients and our customers the exact same way as we choose our friends. So that's the wisdom that I've gained through the years, and I'm firm on that because I know how painful it is to have a customer with poor character at the end of the day. So I think that that's part of our role and responsibility and obligation as leaders of our businesses, leaders of our families, leaders of in our communities, is to seek out people with the same virtues, the same values, the same character, the same standards, and better character, better standards. That's part of my role and responsibility as a leader.
How about you, Nathan?
Yeah, it's really powerful. I'm sitting here just digesting these words of wisdom because I am so young, guys.
You start to
Rub it in, you.
cave yet. No, you
young,
haven't.
young and ignorant. No, in all seriousness, yeah, I'm actively learning this. So hearing you articulate it, Bob and Heath, it is very, very powerful. I have not. There have been a couple of financial deals that I've made this past 2 years that I regretted because I went against that feeling in my gut, which said this person doesn't have the level of standards that I believe in, and I couldn't put my finger on it. But now in hindsight, like, oh yeah, that's where we were off, and that's why this isn't working. I'm also doing it. Bob, you're talking about clients. I'm in the process of career transitions, and actively detailing out who my dream customer is, that dream customer avatar, and I'm going to include my standards in that. Because yeah, it makes so much sense to me. But it's very easy to get caught in the, I don't know, call it the rat race, call it the ego, but it's like, oh, this person's they're gonna give me $10,000, $50,000 to do this project. But if they're ethically off, at some point, that it's not worth that money, right? And I have been lucky enough to now see that, like, it's not, God, money's just another form of energy, right? And $50,000, it feels like crap. It feels like crap, right? It doesn't matter what the number is, right? You're like, I'm willing to say I could care less. I had this epiphany. I'm kind of going on a tangent a little bit, but I'll bring it back around, I promise. I had this epiphany the other day, especially with COVID and quarantining and concerns around the stock market. There's a lot of fear happening right now. And one of the things that I've really focused on is finding grace and gratitude in as many situations as possible. And so here I was in the midst of kind of all of this, and still going through, divorce stuff, feeling all of that weight, and had gone out for a walk with my dog. And I was out there and the sun was shining on my face. And it was in that moment where I realized there is nothing that can take this away from me, right? Like I'm resourceful enough to get food and water and take care of my kids and still be able to go out, regardless of the car I have, the money I have, the house I have, regardless of any of that. I could go out, feel that sun on my face, and be grateful. And so I take that, and I will continue to take that level of, that's a standard for me. That's how I approach life. And I want my business partners and I want my friends and family to share elements of that. They don't have to match me, right? Because there's going to be things that I'm stronger at. There's going to be things they're stronger at. But if they're willing to lean into those areas, and kind of play in my pool of standards, then I will happily do business with them and have relationships with them.
I think how you just said it, one word just screams at me right now, and it's called alignment. Being in alignment with the people that we're around, right? Why are you and I aligned? You and I, Nathan, have always been willing to be vulnerable, to actually say it like it is. We both know that we haven't hit it out of the park every time.